Welcome to Boolean Buffet. Today we are going to discuss about quite a different topic than the AI. This is the package manager, and which is the fast packaging manager in Python. That is called UV, and which is the single tool to replace the pip and pip tools and pipx and poetry and much more. And with help of this tool you can create the virtual env, and it is 100% faster than pip and provides a comprehensive project management and a universal log file, and there are much more features available in uv. And the most important thing is it supports mac os and linux and windows. It's The key features for the uv is fast and install and resolution, and written in Rust language, and works directly with the pyproject.toml file, which means the modern Python packaging standard, and automatic virtual environment management, and log file generation and reproducibility, and no separate poetry.log or requirements.txt needed, because it built-in provides or creates the log file, and it maintains the metadata and versions everything in a separate file called toml file, and better compatibility with the pep 621 and others, and zero network installs, and built-in dependency for synchronization. There are so many features are available here. So let's quickly go through the features and one by one. And I'll in my machine is the mac os. So when I click the installation, there are so many options are available, so I'll go with the homebrew options. So with help of this options I okay, so this options I used, like the brew install. So I quickly explain the installation process. So this is as my machine is the mac, then I use this brew install v uv, and it installs all the relevant packages, and it downloads the latest versions. And so once you download the uv, whether if you are in the normal windows, then there is some options are available, and with help of that you can this command. So when using this command, powershell command, it will be installed automatically in your windows machine, or else you can use the cargo or homebrew winget. There are so many options are available for installing this uv in your local. So once you install this uv, and when you type the uv, it will list out all the scripts and options are available. And this is something like the global options were available in the uv package manager. And with help of this commands you can run your script, or init the project, or add the dependency or remove the dependency, and create the log file. Actually the log file will be created automatically, whereas and also the synchronization also done automatically. But if you want to explicitly create the log file, or explicitly create the synchronization, or do the synchronization process, you can execute this separate command. And other than the command, there are so many scripts are available and commands are available. So let's quickly go through one by one. So first I'll try to create the projects. Let's try to create the projects. Let's uv.init, and let's say uv demo, and uv demo, and when you click it, okay, so this is something like so that's it. The projects will be created with the basic setup. So when you go to ls, and then uv demo, and click ls, so this is the projects files will be created automatically. So when you go to the I'll try to use this cursor, and I'll try to import this folders. Then go to the desktop, and studies, and uv demo, then click add. So that's it, and allow yes, and close it, and open here. See, so this is the default package and files and folders will be created by using the init command. And obviously this is a git ignore command, and the version of the python is used and created for this uv is 3.11. And this is the toml file which contains all the basic information along with the metadata. And whenever you add the dependencies or remove the dependencies, this file, this particular property will contain all the dependencies, like whether you add or remove, that you can see the update in this command, in this property, along with this readme files and the main.py file. Suppose if you want to run this main, then uv run, then followed by main command, then that's it. The command, the virtual environment is created automatically. So this is how the virtual environment created. And if you want to create it explicitly, then okay, let's go back to the let's discuss about the virtual environment a bit later. And before that, we will try to explore other commands, like okay, first explain the files. And this is the project structure which contains these are all the files along with the vnv virtual environment. And this toml files, this contains the metadata about your project, like you will use this file to specify the dependencies, like I explained you earlier, this one. And as well as the details about the project, such as its descriptions and license. And and of course python dot version, yes, this is something like the python version which is used in this project. Okay, let's try to create the okay, let's try to when you run this project, you can see the uv.log file will be created. So with help of that, this is something like it contains the actual version. And like it's a uv.log file, it's a cross platform log file that contains the exact information about your project's dependencies, unlike the project.toml, like this one, project.toml, which is used to specify the broad requirements of your project. Like this log file contains the exact resolved versions that are installed in the project environment. Whereas if you want to run this project later point of time, or any environment, any machines, then when you try to copy this entire folder and run this file in that particular environment, like it could be a windows machine or a linux machine, the uv first recognize this log file and install all the dependencies with the exact versions available in this file. Based on that, the dependencies will be added into the toml file, and the project will be run as expected. So this is how the works. And like if you want to do add or removing the dependency, like uv dot add dot like pandas. And when you add it, yes, the panda library will be added, like the numpy. So these are all the files will be added automatically. So when you go to the toml file, yes, the pandas will be added. And like uv.add.numpy. So when you run this, yes, it's already added. So yes, it's added numpy. And also like if you want to add the specific version, like uv.add, let's say okay, let's say add another dependencies like request. So when you add this dependencies, it try to add the latest version in this dependencies. And this is added, some process is going on. Okay, once it's complete, we'll do the next set of process. And if you want to add the specific version, and you need to mention the version, like double equals, then followed by the version called 2.31, so something like that. Like this is something like add the latest version 2.32. Suppose if you want to add a particular version, like this, request and 2.31.0, and when you add this, like the 2.32 is has deleted, and add the 2.31 version. So this is how the version updated here. And also the log file which contains all the necessary version changes, like whenever the dependency is added, the log file also will be updated along with the synchronization process. It will be applicable automatically. So this is how the dependencies management here. And if you are migrating from the requirements.txt file, and you can use the uv add with the hyphen or flag to add all the dependencies from the file. Like for example, if you want to I want to add one requirements file which contains the all the dependencies, like requirements.txt. And okay, so here I need to add like numpy. Okay, numpy. And what is that, pandas. And um, what is that, request. Okay. And okay, so when you add it, and let's try to run the requirement file here, like uv.add hyphen or then requirements.txt. And when you run it, yes, it's installed. So this is how the latest versions are installed automatically. And this is how the dependencies added. And if you want to remove the dependency, then you need to call the uv dot remove, then request. Yes, the dependencies will be removed in the toml file. And okay, this is something like the default requirements.txt which contains all the thing, but the toml file and also the log file will be updated based on the command which you execute in the terminal. And also there are something we can I need to explain here, like if you want to execute the synchronization, like uv dot sync. Okay, so when you run it, it will sync all the synchronization, like the built dependency synchronization will be occurred if you want to explicitly run this command. But basically uv do all the synchronization and log updation automatically. So with help of the uv log and uv sync. And also there are when you go to when you run this when you go to this site, and you can see all the all the features, and how you want to create the projects, and what is the project structures and files, and actual usages of the toml and lock and environment. So everything will be displayed and detailed here. And you can go and you can go ahead and read all the documents. That will be very useful. And creating projects, which I already explained it in a bit. So if you want to run the file, like the major main applications, uv.run and followed by the command. And if you want to run the packaged application, and you can do this file, which means suppose if you want to run the simple application, the all the files will be displayed at the main directory, whereas in the production ready applications, we usually contain the package, and like module wise, we need to create a separate package, and each and every package contains the separate module. So based on that, this command will be useful to create the package level application. Like when you run this application uv dot okay, this is something like another. Okay, uv dot init dot hyphen package and uv demo dot package. Okay, when you click it, okay, so cd dot uv demo package, see, and when you go to this, the source directory will be created, but when you run this, you don't see the source directory, which means all the files will be stored in the outside. But when you want to create the package level, the soc directory will be created. Let's go to include the folder here, like go here and add. See, there is another directory will be created with the command with the entry point file, like the init.py. So likewise, you can create the multiple directory in this src folder, and you can segregate and each and every module, and based on that you can do your implementations. So this is how works in the package level applications. And also when you create the package level application, this toml file which contains the build system, whereas the normal application, it does not contain any build system. So but it this one contains the build system, and this is defines the projects. So the project will be installed into that environment. So the project will be installed into that environment. So this is how it works. And like so this is the one of the features available here. And if you want to run the separate code in your project, like this is the extension module. So this is how I want to explore here. Like if you want to include the rust project in your current projects, like say for, let's say for example, you have the python projects, and you want to extend the you want to add the rust module into your project, then this is something like this command will work. Like so when you go to the maturing, and this is something like the rust implementations, so the rust projects will be included here. So and also this is something like the if you want to create the c and c++ inside your current projects, then you can try to add the corresponding project in your current projects. Let's say for example, um, let's try to run in a separate okay, let's try to go here and see, and uv dot init, and just copy and paste it over here. And this is something like uv demo and multi. Okay, or else okay, multi and backend. Okay, Machurian. Okay, when you click here, the projects will be created with the rust dependencies, or okay, let's try to explore it. uv and demo and multi. Okay, so and go here, and you can see that cargo toml will be created. Okay, so when you add here, let's go and add that particular package. Okay, so this toml file will be added, and this is something like if you want to um, um, like it explains a bit here, like the toml file. Where is it? Cargo toml file. Yes, this is the cargo toml file. And lib.rs file. And in addition to the typical python project, which means when you go here, the lib.rs file will be created, like, which means if you want to, this is something like the rust language code. And if you want to include this function inside your python project, then you need to add this, like for example init.py. Let's say this is how the Okay, so when you go the lib.rs, so this is the method which has implemented in the Rust language. Okay, and if you want to include the Rust language inside your Python, then this is how the way you can include it and add the Rust function inside the Python projects. So this is how the completely different languages you can include it in a separate in a single project. So this is something like very unique features available in the UV, and that is very helpful. And you can try to explore it. There are so many things available, like let's say for example this is a locking and syncing, and this is something like if you want to the uv.lock and uv sync, this happens automatically when you execute the command like uv.run. When you run the uv.run, then first it will update the locking file, and also it will sync the dependency version. Then it will execute the your command, so that it will be done automatically. In case if you want to explicitly create or update this locking file and sync process, then you need to do the uv.lock and uv sync. So this is how the you have to do manually. And if you want to stop that locking, and or if you want to stop that locking, then you need to run this uv.run locked, which means the automatic locking mechanism is completely locked, and you have to do the manual manual lock update, like you have to run the uv lock. And when you run this, it will be disabled, the automatic locking is disabled, and also the automatic updation also disabled when you add the frozen command. So this is how the command and executed here. The main features when you if you are a Python developer, or if you are running a Python project with the old and traditional way of pip or what is it called, like pip or pipex, and like a pip tool or poetry, pipenv, then you definitely use this uv. That is really very fast. When you go here, and you can see this diagram. So this diagram explains everything, like not this one. And getting started, yes, this one, sorry, this one. So see here, the uv execution time is nearly 0 point 0 seconds compared to the poetry and pdm and pip, which means there are 100 times faster compared to the other package manager. That is really very helpful for every Python projects. And if you want to and let's come to the environment setup. Like if you want to run your environment, like if you want to create the isolated environment and run your project inside the environment, and you have to do the environment setup, like you have to create the environment uv.vnv, or else you have to run this command uv run. It will be the vnv file created automatically. Whereas if you want to make explicitly create the like virtual environment, then uv.vnv, when you run is venv, and it will be created automatically. And if you want to activate it, then you need to run this command, which means your directory is comes into the the virtual isolated environment, like your all the things, like all you running the command and all you executing the command based on the uv, it runs only the isolated in this particular environment. So this is very helpful in uv. And if you want to run or execute the multiple python version, and that is also completely available, like uv, and you can install the python 3.11 and python 3.12 and 1.3 or whatever, and you can Basically, if you run a multiple version in local, and you can switch the versions based on your requirement, like the node version which we switch in the traditional way, right? So the same as you can switch the python version. That is really a cool in this uv. And I think I covered all the steps, like oh okay, this is something like the deactivation the virtual environment. Like if you want to deactivate, it will come out of the virtual environment, like deactivate. Yes, it will come out of the virtual environment, and all the execution command will run your normal directory. So this is how the uv works. So basically it is very fast, and drop in replacement for the pipe and poetry and pipex, and automatic virtual environment management, and like locking update and version sync. So everything is completely available. And I think I covered all the steps, and this is very useful for the python developers and python projects. And try to explore it, and you will get so many advantages when using this uv. And just try to come out of the traditional way and use this uv, and this is completely changing your development is very fast. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.